Pendiri Pi Network, Chengdiao berbicara di token 2049 Singapura, salah satu acara kripto terbesar di dunia. Ikuti diskusinya, masa depan kripto dari likuiditas ke utilitas, Web3 menuju inovasi, yang disiarkan langsung pukul 16.30 sampai dengan pukul 16.45 waktu Singapura pada 1 Oktober 2025. Saat ini kita para pionir mari menyaksikan pidato yang luar biasa Dr. Chengdiao. Setuju dan menyukai tayangan ini? Berikan komentar-komentar terbaik untuk Yasdar TV lebih berkembang dan berkualitas. Biasakan selalu menyimak hingga tuntas supaya tidak gagal paham. Yasdar TV, saluran Pi Network. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kembali jumpa bersama Yasdar TV, sahabat Yasdar dimanapun Anda berada. Semoga dalam keadaan sihat dan afiat. Amin ya robbal alamin. Pada kesempatan kali ini, sedikit admin akan mengupas isi daripada pidato Dr. Chengdiao dalam acara token 2049 Singapura, di mana hal ini banyak sekali hal-hal yang sangat positif, memberikan rasa percaya diri dan optimisme terhadap semua pionir di seluruh penjuru dunia. Sebelum admin lanjutkan, jangan lupa like, komen, subscribe, dan share tayangan ini jika dirasa ada manfaatnya. Bagi sahabat yang baru bergabung, jangan lupa bunyikan loncengnya untuk mendapatkan notifikasi info terbaru terkait perkembangan proyek Pi Network menuju jaringan terbuka seutuhnya. Sahabat Yasdar, pendiri Pi Network Dr. merangkum isi pidatonya yang meliputi cakupan yang sangat menggembirakan, antara lain. Pertama, kami akan berfokus pada skenario praktis membangun aplikasi yang mudah digunakan berdasarkan kebutuhan pengguna nyata seperti layanan masyarakat dan pembayaran lokal. Kemudian, yang kedua, kami akan berkolaborasi lintas industri untuk mendorong integrasi blockchain dengan industri tradisional dan layanan publik seperti keterlacakan rantai pasokan dan manajemen data pemerintah dengan memanfaatkan keunggulan aplikasi dari industri tradisional. Kemudian yang ketiga, kami akan bersama-sama mengembangkan standar dan regulasi industri yang lebih komprehensif. Selain itu, melalui hasil wawancara seorang blogger Pi pionir melakukan wawancara singkat dengan pendiri Pi tersebut. Di antara isi wawancara tersebut adalah, kapan peluncuran mainnet Pi akan dimulai? Dr. menjawab, mainnet Pi sudah aktif. Sudah aktif ketika Pi terdaftar di bursa. Kemudian yang kedua, kapan sumber terbuka Pi akan tersedia? Dr. menjawab, sumber terbuka Pi sudah aktif. Kemudian pertanyaan yang ketiga, kapan para pionir Tiongkok akan menerima KYC dan pertukaran token? Jawaban Dr. komunitas Tiongkok sedang mempercepat KYC. Ini juga berlaku untuk komunitas di berbagai negara, untuk semua pionir di seluruh penjuru dunia. Sahabat Yasdar, ini adalah berita yang sangat-sangat istimewa bagi kita para pionir. Kemajuan langkah demi langkah yang ditempuh oleh para pendiri proyek Pi Network ini tentunya akan menjadi tolok ukur bagaimana Pi Network menjadi raja baru di dunia cryptocurrency. Sahabat Yasdar, selanjutnya marilah kita simak Pidato lengkap Dr. Chengdiao di acara Token 2049 di Singapura. Selamat menyaksikan.
Invested, and that was probably when many of you heard about high network. Today, I'm going to talk about something on high level and then slow down, sharing my personal thoughts about the crypto future and analyzing current industry trends and its challenges, what we should focus on next, and what Pi has done in that regard. Talk about crypto's future, we have to talk about the future of the world. And with the AI breakthrough, it's really hard to dispute that our future will not be an AI driven. But while these all advancements in AI bring exciting news, they also create concerns in our society, not just in Web3 but commonly discussed. For example, the role of human labor. So when AI speeds up computing so much, human labor becomes less relevant in the production process. And yet, human labor has been used as a metric to distribute society, well, to majority of the people in society for centuries, ever since industrialization. If labor becomes irrelevant, what will be the metric the society used to distribute our societal? But also, AI will probably create an unprecedented amount of wealth. How can this large amount of wealth be distributed in an adequate and accessible way? In shared capabilities. These are questions that concerns every one of us. And these are the questions our generation needs to figure out very soon. And that's where I say blockchain comes in. For me, the intersection of the two technology, AI and blockchain, goes beyond the typical topics about centralized computing or decentralized data. These are also important questions that problems to solve as well. But for me, the ultimate utility of blockchain is societal distribution and redistribution systems. The unprecedented amount of AI production and value created will rely on scalable, accessible, and auditable way of distribution by blockchain. On the other hand, let's analyze what are the current trends of crypto. We have seen flourishing DeFi. We have seen so many innovations in DeFi infrastructure and design. But the mechanism that is used to be exclusive to people with capital, people with money, or institutions. And people are tired of being left behind, of entering the value capture mechanism of the world in the last batch. They want to participate early, and they want to participate on fair terms. So that's what the flourishing DeFi really demonstrates, the public eagerness of participating in the world value capture project. Does this sound like a familiar feat to the problem that AI proposed? The fact that the DeFi distribute value with beyond labor, the reliance on labor as a metric. And that is why I think blockchain is a scalable solution to deal with the performance AI created. However, there is a big problem currently in crypto. There is no real value to recapture for most of the DeFi mechanisms. There are some, but for most of them, there is no net value increase. There is no asset value creation. These policies are mostly for value extraction. And value extraction means reallocating the same set of wealth in this set of hands to another set of hands in the closed system. From white paper to NFT or mitigate means the TikCoin chain just press down the time and effort it requires to launch a token that is accessible by the one. How to solve that problem? We need to shift from liquidity transaction focus to utility focus. Because the real network increase will only come from real estate activities. And there are currently paths to that. One is moving existing production on chain. Second is creating new productions directly on chain. For the first, moving existing production on chain, these are something that a lot of the crypto colleagues are actually working on. Organization of open assets, real-world value, real-world assets, moving on chain, stakeholders cover the business process in the own production process. For this task, what Pi has done is solving the first problem that real-world assets move on chain, which is KYC and identity verification. For real-world assets really moving on chain, the first problem is to solve is ownership, who owns what, and who transfers what to another. And we actually developed a native KYC solution that covers almost all locations and scalable enough to have already KYC and thereby identity of 15 million users out of our overall engaged 16 million users. So Pi blockchain on its mainnet is only having KYC. And this makes it ready for any Web3 or financial related services to integrate on Pi. But I want to today focus more on the second half, creating new production on chain. The reason is because existing production moving on chain have a lot of challenges, including high dependency on external environment, regulation change, incumbents in traditional economy adopting Web3 technology. Not to mention that the existing production, if they already existed, the market capture mechanism already occurred off-chain, not through a design. So that's why I want to encourage and focus on the new productions directly on-chain. And for that, Pi has done a lot of things. I will pick First, Pi community has created a large social network of over 60 million engaged. These are not the downloads or registrations, they are engaged. If we're looking at downloads, it's a few hundred million now, both of our articles. Why did we create such a social network? They have its first multi-purposes to build new production creation and build utility. If you're a real product person, you understand the need of users. You need to have real users to test and give you feedback when you're building products. You need the user integration to tell you whether the product actually solves the problem, within the need. And that is the environment we try to create for Pi, so that we create environments to people give rise to potential new products that is independent of all the types. Also, we also have actually embraced the AI with the revolution. The reason for that is we know AI is going to change the world, and we know that the apps we're using today will be very different. A new batch of apps will replace the current one because of AI. They are either AI generated or AI powered. Since we know that there will be a new batch of AI applications created, why don't we make them created on chain? In my view, there is a very short historical window in which currently the AI infrastructure breakthrough makes it possible to have AI applications. At the same time, the AI application layer is still in infancy. That gives us opportunity to get those AI applications directly based on chain. If we miss this window, the AI industry and world will move on to create their own applications on-chain. We have to do the same convincing job in the first half, convincing them to move on. And creating a large social network is a resource collectively created by Pi community And this is a resource that the world demands because every product, whether it's AI or non-AI, Web2 or Web3, they all want user attention and users. So we want to combine AI applications, build them from offline, so that this layer of the AI application actually, from day one, starts on chip. And that also allows the DeFi to from that, all this platforms, infrastructure, actually basically comes to power those new productions. The second thing I did for AI initiative is we recently released an app studio. The app studio is actually a platform I released to enable non-technical people to be able to create apps, not just creating apps, but deploy apps. And be accessible. It's a one-stop pipeline of product creation. So different from typical vibe-coding platforms that still rely on the person have some technical understanding to follow the instructions to deploy the service. In this platform, non-technical person can actually use each user interface to deploy those apps onto the service. So it turns code into products. And beyond that, how can we turn product to business? We provide the access to users of these apps directly in Tampil Memukau. By doing so, we create this pipeline of facilitating using AI to help non-technical people be able to own and run online businesses. And again, that's another model different from the typical labor for business. That is also another model future human beings can rely on AI to produce value, and the value approved by AI production is in the hands of humans instead of local regions. Now back to the high level of the industry. As I mentioned, we need to have active value creation, and utility needs to really cut down so that we can actually get there, so that all these advances in like DeFi make sense. But we actually have a huge challenge. To me, this challenge comes from the same superpowers DeFi. What do I mean? The DeFi's powerfulness is actually creating an incentive that inhibits utility building and innovation. What I mean is, people in crypto have too early and too short access a large amount of wealth. And when you are presented opportunities as a builder, whether you release a fee to raise a bunch of tokens, which raise a bunch of money, versus do the hard work, do the development of a very complex product, may or may not actually be able to upgrade and get your product in the market and also succeed, what would you choose? You would choose the faster turnaround. You would choose to opt into the easy way. But value creation is always harder than value extraction. Value creation relies on product innovation that takes time, that takes effort, that takes perseverance. And in our industry, the culture is always facilitating, incentivizing short-term return, real effort. Then who is left to do the hard work? And that's why I'm saying superpowers of DeFi, of crypto, are currently misaligned, not facilitating utility creation. And these also have other aspects of the world as well, including curse of resource. Having a lot of resources early on actually forces not all teams optimize resources to success, or talent misdirection. Directly, a lot of talent of the industry solve problems like how to create faster and smarter. So here, we need to not only make DeFi accessible, but also make sure that the powerful tools of DeFi are aligned to create utility. Because utility and real product innovation is a sustainability of risk. Because cycles will run out, downstreams will run out. It's the ultimate way whether this industry generates any net value or not. And I think the Web3 technology will really have disruption when critical superpowers is aligned in the right direction for utility acceleration. For today, actually, at Pi, we're releasing actually a lot of DeFi tools to millions of users on testnet, including DEX, BitPixl, AMM, and liquidity tools. And this type of DeFi tools is on the testnet for developers to test, and also millions of users actually educate themselves about DeFi, and improving the overall literacy, financial literacy, or general, so that they can better understand those tools, be able to participate. And so we're here, we're busy, and we urge the industry peers to also join forces to think about utility, to incentivize utility building, so that we can make our industry great. Thank you.
Sahabat Yasdar, kita adalah pionir dan pionir adalah kita. Tetap saling mengedukasi, berbagi pengalaman dan wawasan untuk memantapkan pengetahuan kita terhadap proyek Pi Network ini. Pertahankan seluruh aset digital yang sudah kita memilikinya, yang sudah kita menambangnya bertahun-tahun lamanya. Jangan pernah mudah terprovokasi, jangan pernah mudah tergembosi oleh pihak-pihak yang tidak bertanggung jawab. Kita tetap berada di jalur, tetap semangat, tetap optimis, tetap bersyukur, tetap mengambil semua peluang dan potensi baik untuk menyambut masa depan yang lebih baik. Salam petir, ceder, ceder, ceder. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.